Zoe loved space. Every night she would gaze up at the stars, her eyes filled with wonder and curiosity. She often imagined what it would be like to travel among them, to explore the vast unknown. She read about stars and planets. Her room was filled with books about the cosmos, each page a new adventure waiting to be discovered. She would spend hours flipping through them, absorbing every detail. She dreamt of being an astronaut. In her dreams, she wore a shiny spacesuit and floated weightlessly among the stars, meeting aliens and discovering new worlds. One day, Zoe saw something shiny in her backyard. It was a spaceship. She couldn't believe her eyes. It looked like something straight out of her books. It was small and sleek with a red button that sparkled. The design was unlike anything she had ever seen before, futuristic and mysterious. Zoe cautiously walked towards the ship. Her heart pounded with excitement and a bit of fear. What could this mean? Was it real? Her hand hovered over the red button. She hesitated, wondering if she should press it. What if it took her to another world? What would happen if she pressed it? The possibilities raced through her mind. She could go on an adventure, or maybe it was just a toy. With a deep breath, Zoe pushed the button. She felt a surge of excitement and anticipation. The spaceship whirred to life. Lights flashed and sounds filled the air, making it feel like a real spacecraft. The backyard was bathed in light. It was as if the night had turned into day, and everything around her glowed. Zoe climbed aboard, ready for an adventure. Her dreams were about to come true, and she couldn't wait to see where the spaceship would take her. Inside the spaceship, Zoe found 3 other kids. There was Alex, the tech whiz, Maya, the artist, and Ben, the animal lover. Wow, a real spaceship! Alex exclaimed, his eyes glued to the control panel. This is even better than my video games. We're going to space? Maya asked, her voice filled with awe. I can't wait to paint the stars. Ben was already looking out the window. Look, he shouted. We're leaving Earth. Zoe grinned. This was going to be an amazing trip. Their first stop was Mars, the red planet. Known for its striking reddish appearance, Mars has always fascinated scientists and explorers alike. The crew was eager to set foot on this mysterious world. Zoe landed the spaceship gently on the dusty surface. The landing was smooth, and the crew felt a sense of accomplishment. They had prepared for this moment for years. Mars was cold and rocky, but it still took their breath away. The vast landscapes and towering mountains were unlike anything they had ever seen. They collected samples and took numerous photographs. Next, they visited Jupiter, the largest planet. Its immense size and swirling clouds were both intimidating and awe-inspiring. The crew couldn't wait to get a closer look. Jupiter was a giant ball of gas with a swirling red spot. This spot, known as the Great Red Spot, is a massive storm that has been raging for centuries. That spot is a giant storm, Alex explained. The storm is so large that it could fit several Earths inside it. The crew marveled at the sheer power of nature. After Jupiter, they flew past Saturn. The planet's iconic rings were a sight to behold, shimmering in the sunlight. Saturn had beautiful rings made of ice and rock. These rings are composed of countless particles, ranging in size from tiny grains to massive boulders. It's like a giant disco ball. Maya giggled. The rings sparkled and danced, creating a mesmerizing display that captivated the crew. Zoe piloted the ship expertly, her confidence growing with each planet they visited. The journey through the solar system was not just a mission. It was an adventure of a lifetime filled with wonder and discovery. Section 4. Lost in the Rings of Saturn. The vastness of space was both mesmerizing and terrifying. The crew had been traveling for days, and Saturn's rings were a sight to behold. As they were admiring Saturn, the spaceship shook violently. The sudden turbulence caught everyone off guard, sending a wave of panic through the crew. What was that? Ben cried, clinging to his seat. His eyes were wide with fear, and his knuckles turned white as he gripped the armrests. We're caught in Saturn's rings! Alex shouted. The realization hit them like a ton of bricks. The spaceship was surrounded by chunks of ice and rock, spinning wildly. The debris clattered against the hull, creating an eerie symphony of chaos. Don't worry, Zoe said calmly, though her heart was racing. She took a deep breath, trying to steady her nerves. We need to think fast. The crew huddled together, brainstorming ideas to escape their predicament. Zoe noticed a gap in the rings. It was their only chance. "Alex, I need more power!" she yelled. Her voice was filled with urgency. Alex flipped switches, diverting all power to the engines. The ship roared to life, vibrating with newfound energy. Zoe steered the ship towards the gap, just in time. The tension was palpable as they navigated through the narrow opening. They had escaped the rings. Relief washed over them as they left the chaos behind, their hearts still pounding from the close call. Section 5. A Universe of Adventures. After their close call, they decided to head back to Earth. They had seen so much, learned so much, and worked so well as a team. As they landed back in the backyard, everyone cheered. Zoe knew this was just the beginning. The universe was vast with countless wonders waiting to be discovered. She couldn't wait for her next adventure. "Next stop," Zoe announced, her eyes sparkling, "the Andromeda Galaxy."